It has been said, Gyanganj Mahadan, giving wisdom is the greatest generosity. Gyanganj, also known as Siddhashram, is an occult and multidimensional monastery in the Himalayas. The monastery has been mentioned in various Hindu scriptures. Once the Pandavas asked Lord Krishna, "O Lord, what is the route to heaven?" and he informed of the Siddhashram. It was also mentioned in Valmiki's Ramayana, in the Puranas, in the Upanishads. It is also said to be the birthplace of Kalki Avatar, the last of the 32 kings of Shambhala. This location also held the nectars released from Samudra Manthan. The entire western Himalayan region, where Mount Kailash is located, is known as Siddhaland, the land of the Siddhas or light beings. Similar secret ashrams exist in mountains in Bihar, the Nilgiris, and Sri Sailam in South India. During Raja Brikamadita reigns, 2000 years ago, 3 travelers reached the places and were discussing yoga and scientific theories. Roman traveler called it Gyanganj, saying none could enter without authority. A Greek traveler described it as the real heaven on earth. Chinese historian Feng Li Yan noted that the yoga kriyas were researched there for the welfare of the world, with extreme advanced medicine and power of manifestation, able to see the entire world at the palm of their hands, and that these yogis could achieve anything they wished, and that they would change the world in the future. Another historian mentioned an unknown protective layer created in the aerospace for the safety of Gyanganj, the school of wisdom. Remember the yogi Gandha Baba, who appeared on the Autobiography of a Yogi by Yogananda Paramahansa. He is the yogi that materializes fragrances out of nothing and always smelled like perfumes. That is why he is called Gandha, meaning perfume in Sanskrit. He was born into a pious but humble Bengali family from the Bandul district. From a very young age, he always showed tremendous interest in spirituality. Around 1866, at age 13, while descending stairs, he accidentally stepped on a dog. The poison spread, causing excruciating pain. His body twisted in agony. No treatment worked, and all hope was lost. Hindus believe dying on the Ganga brings salvation, so Bholanath, as he was called, the innocent one, went to the Ganga Ghat one evening to end his life. There he saw a sannyasi bathing, a Hindu monk. A column of water rose when the sannyasi emerged and fell with each dip. The sannyasi noticed the boy and said to him, "Hey, my dear boy, are you nervous and with pain? Wait, I will heal you in a minute." He came ashore, placed his hand on Bholanath's head. The pain vanished, as if cooled by ice. He gave a herb to chew, saying the poison would exit through urine, then assured him of a long life and fame as a yogi, and told him to return home. Filled with reverence, Bholanath sought initiation, but the sannyasi taught one yogasana, one posture, and a bija mantra, saying he was not the final guru. 2 years later, with friend Haripada, they met Swami Nimananda Paramahansa again in Bandul. After confirming resolve and warnings of hardships, Swami Nimananda blindfolded them and transported them by air route, grabbing each by their hands. This is called Lama Vidya, knowledge of heights. Covering nearly 1,000 kilometers overnight from Dhaka through West Bengal, Bihar to Bichandal Temple. A week passed before the sannyasi arrived again to take them. He disclosed his name to them as Swami Nimananda Paramahansa. He took them further to a nearby ashram. During stay at Bichandal, Shambhala cried. A ball of light appeared, and a yogini, a female yogi of youthful appearance and long matted hair, holding a tristle on one hand, the trident of Shiva, cared for him, providing food and saying, "Don't worry, boy, I am always with you." It was Uma Bharyavi Ma, a 600-year-old tantric yogini from the enigmatic monastery. He returned after another 5 days, and this time took the children with him by the air route. On reaching the destination, the bandages were taken off their eyes. They found that it was morning, and they had reached a charming celestial place on a plain surrounded by all sides by snow-covered high-hilled ranges, calm, majestic, and peaceful. When inquired, the divine yogi vehemently said, "This is the normally inaccessible and secret Yogashram situated in the midst of the mid-Asian highlands, Tibet, known by the name of Gyanganj Yogashram." After 10 days, they presented him to Sri Maharishi Mahatapa, the revered great sage that has undergone great penance, also known as Mahavatar Babaji. Through him, they received spiritual energy and mantras, and they were initiated at the Rajeshwari Hermitage of Parvati Goddess, the supreme goddess venerated at the Ashram. Sage Vyasa established 8 hidden Himalayan ashrams. Gyanganj is just one of them. Constructed by celestial architect Vishwakarma using sacred geometry at Earth's energy nodes, the monastery is thus connected to Devaloka, the realm of gods, and Gandharvaloka, the realm of the celestial musicians. The first in charge of the monastery was Shri Nyananda Paramahansa Ji, who renovated the ashram to Indra Bhavan, the palace of Indra, the Indo-Aryan sky god, 5,600 years ago, and took charge of its management and preservation. A later restored was Swami Yogananda Paramahansa around 1225 AD, and renamed the monastery to Gyanganj, which means the treasury of all pearls of wisdom. The path and physical branches of the monastery are around northwest Himalayan plateau beyond Kailash Mansarovar, near disputed India-Nepal border. Gyanganj exists on 3 planes: on the physical plane, the divine, and the spiritual. And the enlightened souls too exist on 3 planes: causal, greater causal, and ultra spiritual. They possess the ability to easily transcend all of these 3 levels, and those ultra spiritual ones living in their causal bodies have the power to appear in their physical body too. The physical level can only be entered through an evolved yogi body, found in a sort of hidden cave tunnel on the deep Himalayas. The spiritual level can only be accessed through multidimensional portals, through the knowledge of Surya Vigyan, solar science. The divine level is even more subtle, and is dwelt by the Seven Chiran Jivis, or immortal sages in luminous bodies. If you wanted to go to Gyanganj, it would take you 2 months, walking on extreme cold from Goga. Some people may enter briefly, but the southerners cannot stay. The ashram covers 8 square miles, or 16 kilometers, surrounded by a crystal-clear lake called Siddha Lake, with bow-shaped drawbridge that works like a multi-dimensional portal, operated by Surya Vigyan and a Shrid Yantra, a geometric gadget or Merkaba. There is also a giant fluorescent Shiva Lingam outside campus. In Gyanganj, the temperature is optimal all year round, and full moon and clear skies appear daily. It is a subtle dimension beyond time-space, and there is no body decay. If you entered today and spent 100 years there, you would come back to Earth as you first went. The Shambhala Valley is a charming celestial plain amidst snow-covered majestic hills. There are beautiful therapeutic waterfalls that land on the divine Siddha Lake. Unique fruits that have wonderful geometric form spring year-round with delicious fruit trees. This is also the abode of the immortal Kalpavriksha, the tree of immortality, that fulfills desires by thought. There are rare herbs that appear on Hindu mythology, such as the Sanjivani, the Brahmakabar that purifies, or the Somavine, the divine sweet nectar, fauna, and extinct protected animals not found on earth. Shambhala is said to be protected by 4 divine animals: the dragon, the lion, the tiger, and the Garuda, or multicolored eagle. In Yogasida Ashram area, all masters have their own little hermitages, where they remain fully absorbed in their state of samadhi and Paramahansa, supreme happiness. The masters of the highest level can only be noticed like a condensed bright light with a body appearance. Gyanganj also has its own marketplace, or Gyanganj Mandi, where the Paramahansas can obtain whatever they may need. Gyanganj is inhabited by thousands of Paramahansas, immortal yogis. Most are 500 to 600 years old, some thousands of years old, and are in the ashram doing divine work since previous yugas. There are 3 supreme masters: Mahavatar Kriya Babaji, Languria Babaji, and Pularia Babaji. The last 2 are not so well known and are the gurus of Mahayogis like Gyanganj Baba, Barvani Baba, or even Pahera Baba, who was the guru of famous Bengali poet's father, Tagore. Maharishi Mahatapa is 1500 years old. He has transcended need for food, water, air, and travels to any locus or dimensions. The monastery is divided into 2 faculties. The Yoga Kriya faculty that is led by Swami Briguram Paramahansa Ji. He is 800 years old. His transport method is flying and teaches students how to fly. is also a master of kumbhaka, breath retention. He is considered one of the few yogis able to reach Surya Loka. Furthermore, by his divine will, a sub-dimension called Bhagarbhapuri, which is the place of Bhag, has been created, in which Mahayogis can finish their sadhana or spiritual practice without being prisoners of samsara. The Bigyan Kriya or Super Science faculty is led by Swami Shyamananda Paramahansa Ji, who is also more than 500 years old. Solar super science was demonstrated to the world thanks to him. Another great Paramahansa is Swami Abhayananda, the only Gyanganj monk of which a photograph exists. After appearing doing miracles on a lake and suddenly disappearing without leaving a trace. In Gyanganj, Shakti, or the supreme female energy, is venerated. There are many Guru Mas or female masters of Tantra Yoga that have total motherly instinct, like Uma Bharyavi, who is the head of the medical unit of the monastery, and the Guru Ma of many saints. Others include Shama, Tripura, Gyan, Ananda, Bhimanati, Kati, and all are ages 200 to 800 years old. Uma Adi is the most ancient and powerful. They guard and evaluate sadhakas. The monastery has its own library scrolls from Vedic ancient times more than 15,000 years ago, and knowledge in unknown languages that go back to Lemuria and Atlantis. The monastery maintains Mahabharata weapons and have been improved by reverse engineering. They have developed Vimanas or flying machines that work through solar light. Technology here responds to consciousness and mantras. Shiva crystal shivlings are also made via solar science, using different kinds of crystals. They can communicate in any language, while those who are hundreds of years old speak modern languages. The most ancient Siddhas speak Sanskrit, and they also speak through telepathy or simply know your intentions without need of any language. Gyanganj super yogis believe in Advaita Tattva, the philosophy that everything is one. They believe that there is a samadhi beyond Nirvikalpa Samadhi, known as Chetan Samadhi, in which every cell of your physical body enters a samadhi and leads to its evolution. They think that there is a great cosmic force called Mahashakti that is even superior to Brahma or the Creator. They believe there are three types of Maya: worldly Maya, Mahamaya, and Yog Maya. They always seek to exist in Yog Maya for Lila or divine play. They adopt unconditional principles of the three main paths without seeking anything. That means unconditional love, unconditional service, and unconditional wisdom. Senior yogis use kumbhak, that is, breath retention for a very long time, and need no food or liquids, and thus they need not go to the toilet, while those that are not so evolved are still required to eat a little. Gyanganj Science Department is headed by Swami Shyamananda and teaches 16 subtle sciences involving high energy understanding unknown to the modern world. They are used selflessly for Lokya Kalyana, welfare of the world, and maintaining high cosmic order under divine will. Mastery requires high levels of siddhi and is transmitted directly from guru to disciple. The most important of all sciences is Surya Vigyan, solar super science. According to solar science, the entire universe is projected from 360 foundational sun rays, which condense into 7 primary colors of creative energy. The whole of creation stems from the sun, and the subtle consciousness of or ether stemming from light is not only the means of perception but of creation. All objects are composed of different molecular configurations, but they are actually composed of the same universal atomicity. The different configurations stem from different active and dormant particles. The dominant particles configure an object, and it makes it have a certain color, odor, and shape. Through solar superscience, particles can be rearranged and converted into another, converting one object into another. Through sphatic or clear quartz lenses of different focal distances, sunlight is focalized into an object, and after a sort of burn, molecules are modified and change positions, converting into another object. Just like fire deactivates most molecules, sunlight activates light, then is the divine subtle fire. Through this science, people can be healed instantly, matter can be recycled, rectified, or recovered, and objects can be created out of the blue to fulfill the purpose. Gandha Baba used this to turn wood into granite, a flower into a diamond, or bring a bird back to life in front of British writer Paul Brunton. He even materialized fragrances in front of Yogananda Paramahansa Ji.